I thought it would be fun to do some late 90s, early Y2K hairstyles. I've got, I think, roughly 3 in my head that I thought would be fun to do, and they're pretty easy. I'm not really super good at doing hairstyles, and I can do them and feel, pretty like, yeah, this looks pretty decent. So I'm gonna say that they're easy. If you don't find them easy, I'm really sorry. But we're just gonna have some fun with some kind of, this is kind of like a hair tutorial slash like ideas video kind of thing. So yeah, we're just gonna have some fun with exploring some different late 90s, early 2000s hairstyles. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna brush this out, and I've got this parted in the middle because not all the time, but a lot of the time, people, I think, kind of like parted their hair in the middle, and I think like these hairstyles just kind of work better with a middle part. So the first thing is it's gonna be kind of like a ponytail, and you're gonna kind of do like what you would do with a ponytail, but then it's going to kind of flip up. So this is what I mean. So this is like what you would do with a ponytail, and I'm purposely leaving this part over the ear. So we're gonna do ponytail, ponytail, and we're going to flip it up like this and spread this out so it makes kind of like a poof in the back. So do what you would normally do with your ponytail, and then when you're going to start to go through the second time, just let it go halfway. And then you could wear it like this. I actually wear it like this a lot. Sometimes I like put it like down, like this part would be under, but in the 90s and early 2000s they used to like wear this little poof thing a lot. And then this is just a, like, I think it was like a Hocus Pocus little hair tie that I got for Halloween. But this is kind of like what they used to wear with the little fun little tassels and stuff. So you're just gonna put this around, and you've got kind of like a little poof. I don't think I did that right, but I think you would have to like pull out like all these little things, and I can't see them because I didn't think to bring in a mirror. But that's kind of one hairstyle. And if you can do a really good bun, you could probably like fluff it out even more and have even more of like a little, like a little fluff that's sticking out. So this one I think is kind of more easy, just because you don't have to like worry about seeing what's in the back of your head. So these are, here, I'll show you. These are these are a bunch of like little clips, and they're kind of like, I think they're called claw clips because they have like a little claw. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull like from the base, you're gonna just pull it back like that. So there's one, and then you would just do that all over your head. But you want to make sure, not like what I just did, you want to make sure that you have little bitty pieces of hair and not big pieces of hair, so that you can get all of the little clips in. So see what I did there? Don't do that. Do like a little piece of hair, and that probably should not be like that, but it's okay. It's okay. And then it just goes back. And really what you want to do is you want to get like it all back like smooth, which I did not do. You know what? That's what the brush is for. We're gonna take all this back like this. So now, let's start over. I'm gonna actually take it from the top. That sounds funny. That's a thing that people say. So then, yeah. And then I think you want to like make them fairly close to the hairline just so you can like see all the little clips. And another thing that they used to have was they used to have like ones that were shaped like butterflies. They were cool. They looked cool. So there's that. That one's not staying in very awesome, but that's okay. So there is one. Makes like a little crown for your head. So now the other one that I noticed people kind of wore, where they would do little tiny braids. So they would do like, this is just an example, but they would take like maybe a piece of hair like this and then do like a little braid here. You don't even have to braid the whole thing. It's just a little braid on the side. I do know how to braid. I don't know how to do many hairstyles, but I do know how to braid. So there's that, and I'm just gonna use this little clip right here to kind of lock it in place. So there's that. And then you could probably just leave it like that and you've got your little piece of hair here, or you could do the other side. And this is kind of, I think, I don't know this for sure, but I think this is kind of like one of the, I don't need this hair tie, there we go. This is, I think, kind of like one of the hairstyles that, because the 90s was kind of like getting back into disco and getting back into like the like what you could have worn in the 70s. I think this is kind of like one of those hairstyles that you could have worn in the 70s, and it just like came back into popularity in the 90s. Like those peasant tops you see sometimes in the 90s, that was, I think, kind of like a thing from even like the late 60s. But that was like another example of how things that were popular in like the late 60s, early 90s came back in the 90s, or I'm sorry, the late 60s, early 70s, and even, you know, scattered throughout the 70s was something that came back into popularity into the 90s. And this, I think, was more or less like another hairstyle that they would have worn in the 70s and the 90s. So this is just another thing that I had, but another thing that was really big in the late 90s, really the late 90s and the early 2000s, were these little chokers. They're stretchy, and they have come back into fashion, which I'm really happy about because I think they're really cool. So let's see if I can get this over my head without getting things stuck. There we go. Yay! Okay. So this is another thing that I had on because it's kind of like a 90s thing, like in the grunge part of the style in the 90s to wear plaid, so I was like, this is a little bit of like the style I wanted to go for. But the other hairstyles, I think in this one, and would go with any outfit that you wanted it to go with, and this shirt I think would go with any of those hairstyles. So I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry if it was confusing or not helpful, but I had fun, and I hope you did too. The 90s and early 2000s are some of my favorite styles, pretty much of all time, so I had a really fun time, and thank you for watching.